have two mats laid out today. One's blue, one's purple. And we are blue and or purple today to honor the remaining chakras that we have not yet spoken about this week. We began our journey this week just to apprise everyone of what we're doing in the root chakra, or Muladhara chakra, just getting really grounded, getting connected to our essence. And then we moved up into the Svadhisthana chakra right here in the solar plexus, then up into the Manipura where we were engaging our core and really building that inner fire that helps us shine our courage, our passion, our true selves. Yesterday, we made that gap, or that bridge rather, up to where doing, right, where action meets your physical character. And we went into the heart center, the Anahata chakra, and we learned how to unleash the love that already exists there to spread it unconditionally on self and others. And that leaves us with 3 more chakras. And you notice that we only have one day in which to do them. So we're not actually going to spend a whole lot of time in the throat chakra, but I'll just speak to it. Your throat chakra here, represented with a blue, is a chakra that where we hold our truth, right? This is where we speak our mind, we speak our truth. So when we offer vibrations through humming, through chanting, through kriya, we give ourselves a chance to activate the energy and unleash it so that we really are able to take what we feel in our gut and in our heart and make it actionable. And then today we're going to do Ajna chakra. This is our third eye center. This is where we're going to focus. And then, of course, the crown chakra is sort of where we all aspire to be. It's our eternal enlightenment. It's our connectivity to spirituality and divinity, and it doesn't have to necessarily be religious, just any higher power that you believe in. Maybe it's just the energy of the universe itself. And so we're not going to do a whole lot of reverence to throat and crown today, but I wanted you to have the option to wear blue and or purple just to honor all the higher level chakras. All right. So that's where we are. And if you have a block, please bring it to your mat. We're going to start in a child's pose today with rooting through the Ajna chakra. So if you want a little extra, you can put the block at the top of the mat. The knees can be really wide to loosen up through the hip joints, or really narrow to soften into the lower back. And as you come down, bring your third eye space. So we're talking about the space right between the eyebrows, just above the bridge of the nose. You can either root down right to the earth itself or use the block to help strengthen that connection. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Let's do that twice more. Big breath in. Full out. Last one. Inhale. And let it all go. Giving yourself a chance to fully arrive. You've made a choice to be here to practice with us this Friday morning, and we are so grateful that you've done that. We're moving up the body today, getting a closer communion with our divine spirits and energy. Your third eye chakra, Ajna chakra, controls your ability to see the big picture. It is your space of intuition, of inner wisdom, and of insight. Think of it as the eye of the soul. It registers information beyond just surface level. So with our physical gaze, we can see what we see. With our third eye, we can see deeper into the layers of consciousness of self and others. Maybe you are envisioning a dark blue meeting with a purple hue as you bring your attention into this space. And your mantra is, I am open to exploring what cannot be seen. I am open to exploring what cannot be seen. So in our practice today, as we ignite this energetic center, we're trying to unleash a sense of trust, trusting that your own inner wisdom is your best guide. It gives you that sense of what's right and what's wrong for you. It helps lead you on a path that truly feels authentic and fulfilling. So here is our beginning meditation. You can repeat it out loud or simply repeat it in your mind. My intuition is my ability to know, recognize, and sense all that I need to enjoy a happy, balanced, and fulfilled life. I trust my inner wisdom. I will read that again, taking from it what serves you, what speaks to you, what resonates right through your third eye space. My intuition is my ability to know, recognize, and sense all that I need to enjoy a happy, balanced, and fulfilled life. I trust my inner wisdom. Allow those words to vibrate through your body. Allow yourself to connect through the practice with what feels right and natural. When your third eye space is well balanced, when the energy is flowing freely, you have visions of your future. You have dreams. You have goals that you'd like to achieve. When it is blocked, then you hold on to harmful thoughts, catastrophic thoughts, thoughts that block you from expanding your dreamlike visions. I read to you from Rumi. The world exists as you perceive it. It is not what you see, but how you see it. It is not what you hear, but how you hear it. It is not what you feel, but how you feel it. So as you root down here, notice what you're feeling, what you're perceiving. Notice what is present for you. Maybe start to move the head a little bit side to side. Really massaging that third eye space. And then come back into stillness. Take a big breath in, feeling the ribs in the back body expand. And exhale, feel yourself sink deeper down toward the earth. Keep expanding the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Take 2 more breaths just like that. Big breath in. Full breath out. Beautiful. From here, we're going to press into a table position. You can remove the block if you had one. And take some cat-cow movements. Drawing the heart forward, tilting the pelvis back. And exhaling, drawing the navel up, squeezing right into that Uddiyana Bandha that we were engaging 2 days ago. Inhale, Expand through that anahata. Feel it shine. And exhale, retract, rounding the spine. Follow your breath. Beautiful. Take one more big breath in. And a full breath out. Come back into stillness. Inhale, extend your right leg behind you, and then bring that right leg over to the side. So extending it out, flatten the foot down to the earth, or stay on your heel, depending on where you want the stretch into that right leg. And we're going to rise up into a kneeling position, a little gate pose. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, crescent over to the right side. So root down into the left knee, reaching the left arm up and overhead so your left bicep frames the ear. Take another big breath in. Beautiful. Come back into center. We're going to send the hip back, coming back into that half child's pose. See if the third eye can root back down to the earth and just really breathe into that deep stretch you're offering to the right leg. Again, either with the edge of the foot rooted or coming onto the heel of the right foot, whatever works for you today. Big breath in. Full breath out. On the next breath, come back into a table position with that outrigger, that leg stretched. We're going to take some twists here. So we're going to begin by rooting down through the left palm, reach the right arm up to the sky, and then bring that right hand down and inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, release back down to the earth, and inhale back into your twist to the right. And all the while looking to stabilize through the hips. So just twisting into the spinal column here. One more on each side. Big breath in. Last one. Left arm rises. Beautiful. Come on back down. Send that right leg behind you. And then bring the foot between the hands, coming into a low lunge. Told you I'd be fussing with these pants all day. All right. So from right here, find your deepest expression of a lunge, stacking the knee over the ankle. We're going to lift the arms up to the sky, bring the palms together, Anjali Mudra, and bring the thumb knuckles to right into the third eye space. As you open the heart, sink through the hips, and breathe into the body. Nice. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more breath. And release the mudra. Send the hips back. Bring the chest toward the thigh, folding at the hips. You can also take your left hand on the right foot for a little twist if you want, or stay right here in the center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. We're going to plant the hands down, send that right leg back behind us, bend the knee, make some circles into the right hip. As you're rooting the palms down, make sure you're pressing the earth away, lifting out of the shoulders a little bit so that you're not collapsing in your neck. And then extend that right leg back behind you. I'm going to move the blocks here. Inhale forward. Exhale, little dip down into those elbows, chaturanga, and then press back up. Let's do that once more. Exhale, lower down, squeezing the elbows to the ribs, and press back up. Then bring the knees back together. All right. Let's take that on the other side. So when you're ready, extend the left leg back. Nice strong leg, pressing back with intention. And then extend the left leg over to the side, rooting down onto the edge of the foot or to the left heel. And then start to rise to that kneeling position. And as you exhale, crescent over to the left. So notice if you're collapsing, you want to draw that right shoulder back, spin the ribcage open. Find a little bit more space with each breath to reach deeper. Nice. Beautiful. Come right back up into center. Send the hips to the heel, or right hip to the heel. Root down through that third eye. If you're not quite making it, stack the fist just like this so that you have a tether to the earth. Breathe into the opening of the left side leg. One more big breath. Beautiful. Come back up. Find your table position, and let's take that rotating twist. So plant down into the right palm. The left arm reaches up, and then release down. Inhale, right arm up. And again, just notice if the pelvis is swiveling at all. Keep it rooted by squeezing the glute muscles to the joints and bones. And just let this twist come through the spinal column. Really be aware of that. Inhale and exhale. Really looking for a lot of spinal flexibility this week because that helps encourage the chakra energy to flow freer. Big breath in. Beautiful. Come back into center. Extend the left leg back. Bend the knee, circling into that left side hip. Keeping the belly engaged so we're not dipping into the curve of the spine. Staying nice and strong through the core. And then step the left foot between the hands. Rise up. Find your lunge, right? Maybe it involves moving and adjusting to create that space. And then sweep the arms up, palms together, Anjali Mudra. Bring the thumb knuckles right into the third eye once again. Stimulating that energetic space of insight and wisdom. You truly know what's best for you. You're the only one who knows what's best for you. So why do we spend so much time listening to the outside voices? We need to listen to our own guidance more. This is just a reminder, little PSA. All right, we're going to send the hips back, come into our half split, hinging at the hips, pressing our chest down toward our thighs. One more big breath. Beautiful. Start to shift back into the palms. Extend your left leg back behind you, balancing table. Then shift forward. Bend the elbows, little chaturanga. Bring your chest toward the earth and press back up. Say, hey, triceps. Good morning. Lower down. And press back up. Beautiful. Bring the knees together. We're all going to arrive in a downward facing dog. So flex those feet. Lift the hips. And there you go. Inversion. Getting upside down. Shifting perspective. Pedal out the heels. Take your dog for a little walk this morning. Wag your tail a little bit. Shift the weight between the palms and then come back into center. I'm going to come check you out. Nice. Yeah, move. Really feel that energy flowing through your body. It is Friday. Keep breathing. All right. From your downward facing dog, start to walk your feet slowly, so slowly, like take as many steps as you can. So you notice every step along the way, feet to hand. Sign of devotion, bring the third eye, the thumbs right to the third eye. Then inhale, back up. Exhale, bow down. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. And fold. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Find your tallest version, devoting to respecting your wisdom. Inhale, back up, and exhale, let it all go. Last one, big breath in. Thumb knuckles to third eye. Inhale, rise. And bow. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step back into a nice strong plank. Again, long line of energy. Press the earth away. Draw the pubis up toward the tailbone. Press the heels back. Feel the muscles engage in the legs and the glutes. Take another big breath in. And then release the knees if you'd like. Elbows to ribs, chaturanga. Kissing the earth with your heart. Mwah. Inhale, press up. Shine brightly through that heart space for your cobra. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it all go. Along with that breath, you're letting go of any limiting thoughts or beliefs about yourself so that you truly trust yourself. We have this loving relationship with ourselves. It has to involve trust. You are your best guide. Take a big breath in. Let our breath go. On the inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. As you exhale, step the right foot between the hands, low lunge. Left foot joins, forward fold. Inhale, reach and rise up, all the way up. Thumb knuckles to the third eye. Give it some love. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Plant the hand, left foot steps back to that same side, low lunge. Right joins, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop the heart up, let it shine. Back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're moving with our breath. And we're moving. It's this beautiful concert of breath and body and awareness, just all working together, all showing up for one another. Inhale, left heel rises, three-legged dog. Step the left foot through with control, low lunge. Sink those hips. Right foot joins, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, thumb knuckles to Ajna. Inhale, reach up, rise up, and bow down. Halfway lift, new fresh breath, and fold. Right foot steps back, low lunge. Left foot joins, high plank. Take your flow, lower down, so you can rise up again. Beautiful. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look to the front of the mat. You can either step or hop this time. Feet to hands. Do what feels right. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Nice strong back. Plant your hands and either step back or maybe you hop back if that feels good to you. Landing in chaturanga with the elbows already bent. Lift through the heart. Back to downward facing dog, where we take a breath in and let go of it together. It's our collective commitment to releasing that which impedes our ability to feel connected to self, to feel connected to our trust. Beautiful. On the next breath, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Step the right foot through, high crescent lunge. From high crescent, open the hips up, warrior two. As you inhale, flip that right palm, reverse the warrior, then bring that right thumb knuckle right to the Ajna. Giving all the love and attention right between the eyebrows to ignite your inner voice of wisdom. Just listen. What do you hear? Opening up through the right side body, staying low in that right side lunge. Take another breath. And then as you exhale, cartwheel that right hand inside of the right foot, maybe on a block if you have one. We're going to lift that left arm up. So it's a version of an extended side angle, but instead of leaning into that right thigh, we're pressing down into the earth and lifting up, feeling the long line of energy across the shoulder blades. Nice. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. As you inhale, we're going to rise in reverse again, this time straighten the leg, coming into a reverse triangle pose. Trikonasana. So come on up, open up the side body, maybe coming onto that right heel. Notice how that changes sensation in the leg. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. And then we're going to come into a traditional Trikonasana. So keep the length on both sides of the body. Reach and extend forward. Look out and see what is waiting for you. And then begin to hinge. And maybe your hand comes right back to that block. Slightly draw the left shoulder back. Really big opening into that left side hip here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Then that left hand is going to come down with the right hand. Move the block out of the way to a little lizard lunge just for a moment. Maybe shift forward and backwards, just opening up the hips. We store a lot of emotions, a lot of experiences, a lot of repression, a lot of resentment in our hips sometimes. So we want that to be free. Take a big breath in. And then step the right foot back to meet the left, high plank. Lower down chaturanga, keeping the elbows really tight to the body. Press up, scoop the heart up. Lower the hips. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. And let it all go. Each breath serves to cleanse the body. Removing toxins from the cells, but also an emotional cleanse, giving you the opportunity to let things go. On the inhale, left heel rises, three-legged dog. Step the left foot between the hands. Rise up high, crescent lunge. So feel stable and rooted before you rise. And then find your open hips to warrior two. Beautiful. Flip that left palm up and overhead. Reverse the warrior. Bend the elbow. Bring that left thumb knuckle right between the eyebrows. Keep sinking into the lunge as you lift and crescent through the spine. So you're using proprioception here to know what that left thigh is doing. We trust that it's got an outward spiral. It's not collapsing in. And then from here, we're going to cartwheel the hands, left hand inside the left leg, preferably to a block or a book or something that will help you find that long line of energy across the collarbones. Very nice. Breathe. Take one more breath. And then we're going to reverse, straightening that left leg, coming into our reverse Trikonasana, Parivitra, or I guess Parivitra is more of a revolved. Breathe. Where can you feel the body opening up right here? And then begin to reach forward with that left arm, coming back down to the earth. Feel the rooting, feel the lifting for your traditional triangle pose, Trikonasana. Breathe. Keep drawing that right hip open, right shoulder back. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands inside of the left foot, finding that lizard lunge for just a moment. Make it really dynamic. Get real primal with it. Just move. And then step back into high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Maybe the third eye kisses the earth. Mwah. And then rise up again. Leading with your heart. And then the hips take you back to downward facing dog. So we're going to take that flow now with a little bit more pace to it, a little bit more rhythm as we let the breath guide us. One breath, one movement in a true vinyasa. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. When you're ready, right heel rises, three-legged dog. Step the right foot through, rise with a breath, high crescent. As you exhale, open those hips up, warrior two. Inhale, flip the right palm, reverse the warrior, kiss Ajna. And then come into your extended side angle version with your block, or rooting down to the earth. Inhale, straighten the leg, reverse the arms. Exhale, traditional triangle pose, Trikonasana. And then release the hands down to the earth, lizard lunge. Step to your high plank, lower chaturanga. Press up, soften the shoulders, dip the hips. Then raise them up to the sky, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, left heel rises. Step through, low lunge. Rise, high crescent lunge. Just merging. Open up. Warrior two. Beautiful. Unleashing that warrior energy. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Kiss Ajna. Mwah. Then we come into that extended side angle variation with or without the block. And then as we rise, straighten the leg, reverse Trikonasana. And then into your traditional triangle pose. Just take your time. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Bring both hands inside of the left foot. Lizard lunge. Step back. High plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, scoop the heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. From here, walk again. Take your time. Take a very slow, mindful journey, feet to hands. There's no rush. There's no winner of the race. It's just you being present for those sensations under your feet. Like Thich Nhat Hanh says, you're kissing the earth with each step. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once you're folded, begin to rise. And bring the hands right to Ajna once again. Take a moment in mountain pose with this Anjali Mudra rooted into your Ajna. Giving thanks for the inner voice that guides you. Do you listen to it enough? If the answer is no, why? What's holding you back? No judgment, just noticing. Take a breath in. Let a breath go. Bring the hands to your heart. Begin to shift the weight into your left foot. Draw your right knee up toward your chest in a stork pose. Keep elongating the spine, lifting the crown of the head. And then begin to externally rotate and bring your foot to the leg, tree pose, Vrikshasana. So if you want this to be a little less challenging, you can hold onto a wall, or you can bring the toes down to the earth for rooting. If you want to make this a little more challenging, then whatever you're using to tether you to the earth, a block or book, then maybe step on it. And make sure your foot that is connecting to your leg is above or below the knee. Feel that strong presence as you root down into the earth, but rise with that energy absorbed into the body, lifting tall and proud, confident and courageous. Spark up that Manipura energy once again. You can lift the arms if you'd like. Let the world know you're here. Another way to challenge yourself is to change your gaze. So close the eyes. Really dig into that third eye. Take another breath. And we release. Come out of that. Shake out what you need to shake out. Roll out through that standing ankle. And then we'll come back into our strong mountain pose. We'll take that on the other side. So this time, rooting down through the right foot. We're going to lift the left knee up, finding your stork pose. And externally rotate and plant the foot on the leg above or below the knee. Again, invite that rotation through the hips. Press that right leg into the left foot. Strong, stable foundation. Maybe you begin to grow your branches. Feel the energy flowing through you so freely, so alive right now. Beautiful trees out there. The best kind. They don't shed any pollen. Take one more breath. And let it all go. Nice work. Shaky, shaky. Shake out what you've got. All right, we're going to come back to the top of the mat. Big breath in. And exhale, bow down. Forward fold here for just a moment. Let the shoulders hang heavy. Let the head shake. Flutter the lips. Bend the knees as much as you want or need to make it soft in your hamstrings. All right, from here, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step just the left foot back. Untuck, or drop the knee, untuck the toes. And we're going to come back into your lizard pose. So if you have a block, you can use it. You can use it to root down through your forearms. You can use it to root down through the palms, maybe one forearm, maybe the other hand presses open through your knee. You can also come into a little twist and a bind here. So with your left hand rooted down or your left forearm rooted down, start to reach back behind you, looking at your right foot. Then bend at the right knee and take a bind on the ankle. So this can be intense. There's a lot going on here. So let your inner wisdom guide you on this journey, whether this is the right path for you today or not. And if you decide it's not, we don't hold any judgment or shame or expectation. We just arrive where we need to get the most out of the stretch. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. If you have the bind, release it. From here, we're going to find our way into a pigeon pose. So heel toe that right foot to the left edge of the mat, and then start to drop the shin down. So we're opening the hip. Okay, or get there however you'd like to get there. You can maybe extend the leg behind you, then draw it back forward. And so our pigeon pose, again, very deep hip opener. I invite you to use anything that you need to support your right hip if you're not making the connection to the earth. I like to lift my hands and do a little jazz hands just to make sure my hips are stable and I'm not rocking onto one sit bone. All right. You can also take a pinwheel pigeon by bending that left knee, making it a little more gentle, and then you bow down from here. So if you're in traditional pigeon, look over that left shoulder, walk the left leg away, create a little traction in that left hip. And then we're going to walk the hands forward and use your block to root down through your Ajna. If you don't have a block, then stack your palms or stack your fists so that you have a rooting point. Really feel connected and grounded, earthing through this important energetic space. Take a big breath in and just surrender to this shape. Remembering that the world exists as you perceive it, says Rumi. It is not what you see, but how you see it. It is not what you hear, but how you hear it. It is not what you feel, but it is how you feel it. So how are you greeting sensation right now? Are you greeting it with openness, with curiosity? Are you resistant in any way? We'll take 3 more deep breaths here. Really let that breath fill up the spaces that are getting a good stretch here. Imagining that bright glow of blue merging with purple. All right, from here, we're going to walk back to our palms. Come back into that 3-legged table where you can make movement into the right hip. Maybe you shake it shaky. If you want to take another chaturanga dip, lean forward, dip down, press back up. Maybe you double dip, maybe you triple dip. Oi, oi. And then we come back into table, from table back into downward facing dog. Beautiful thing about a yoga practice is you can always jack it up a little bit, add some things to it, or you can take things away, make it more gentle. That is where you listen to your own inner wisdom. It'll tell you what you need. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Look to the front of the mat, step or hop feet to hands. Coming back into that forward fold. Shaky, shaky, shaky. And then inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, bow down. Halfway lift to a nice flat back. Plant the hand, step the right foot back. Drop the right knee, untuck the right toes, and bring those hands inside of the inside of the left foot for your lizard lunge. So same options are present here, but please walk into this with a beginner's mind. Don't just jump into doing on this side what you did on the other side. This side requires its own assessment, right? It will likely need something different. Something different will feel better. So just decide what you want. That twist is always there for you. Right? Maybe that's not enough on this side, or maybe it's too much on this side. That's where we dive into our inner voice, our inner guidance. Two more breaths. And then we're going to find our way into pigeon. So heel toe that left foot across the mat, bringing the shin down to the earth. Maybe this side requires a little more assistance if you're tighter on this side, as I am. So I'm going to use the block to bridge the space so my hip isn't floating. So I really want to get into the hip structure, the piriformis, the glutes, rather than putting any stress into my knee. All right. Walk that right leg back, open up to the right hip flexor, take a big breath in. Maybe do those jazz hands to make sure you're rooted. Tailbone going straight down. Yeah, I like the jazz hands. And then we walk forward, melting our chest. You can always take pinwheel pigeon and root through your Ajna. So creating a pillow with your fists, or use a block if you have one. Honoring that deep connection to your inner insight. Bringing back that glow of purple and blue merging. Let the voice that you hear become one that you're familiar with and that you can trust. Two more breaths. Move the block out of the way. Press up gently back to a three-legged table. Another chance to stir up through that left side hip. And then we come forward. If you want to do those little chaturanga dips, just one more chance to get some tricep action going. And then back to child's pose. Rooting down once again. My intuition is my ability to know, recognize, and sense all that I need to enjoy a happy, balanced, and fulfilled life. I trust my inner wisdom. Opening that third eye chakra. Exciting your imagination with the possibilities. And then we're going to roll over onto our backs. Step the feet out wide and let the knees knock from side to side. And then as they spill off to the right, let them fall all the way down. Maybe you even cross your left ankle over your right knee for a little extra stretch. And you can bring your arms into a goalpost, or you can leave them where they are, or you can turn to the right and stimulate your Ajna with your right thumb knuckle. Take another breath. Release the arm, uncross the legs, let the knees windshield wiper side to side once again. And this time, let the knees drift off to the left. Maybe the left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Head can turn. Thumb or thumb knuckle stimulating Ajna. Seeing the glow of blue merging with purple. Take another big breath. Let it go. Uncross the legs. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And let the body splay out into a big X shape. We're going to do 3 squeeze and release. This is part of an exercise called progressive muscle relaxation, PMR. We're going to do it in the most abbreviated of ways. But just to have you, as we wrap up this week of chakral awareness and connection, just have you fully aware that you can control your body, just as you can control your thoughts. You decide what you invite in, you decide what you'd like to release. It's a conscious choice. So for our PMR exercise, I invite you to notice all the muscles of the body that you can engage and really pay particular attention to those that line the spinal column all the way up to the crown. So your pelvic floor, that Mula Bandha, and then rising up through the lower abs, then the upper abs into Uddiyana Bandha, where you draw the navel back toward the spine, squeeze that energy lock below the ribs, feeling where you can tense into your chest muscles along with the arms and legs, of course. And then the shoulders, and then the squishing up the face, right? You can clench your jaw, you can squeeze the lips, you can tighten the eyes. So just get familiar with what you can control. And then I'm going to guide you 3 rounds. Each round will be the same, but maybe a little bit more engagement as you Bring another muscle group into the fold. Nothing escapes awareness here. So when you inhale, you'll squeeze every single muscle you can control. You'll hold the breath at the top for my count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you get to after 1, it's a real energetic release, letting all the contractions go and breathing out through the mouth. All right, we good? Okay, so here we go, round 1. Take a big inhale, inviting with it, squeeze everything. Feel those glutes clenching. Squeeze the toes. Everything is engaged for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just notice the softness you can invite after the release. Round 2. Take a big breath in, inviting with it a tightness and contraction into every single muscle of the body. Really get into that pelvic floor. Hold it at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And after this last one, we'll melt right into Shavasana. So when you are ready, take a big breath in, squeeze and contract everything, tension through the whole body. Hold it at the top of that inhale. Beautiful. 5, tighter. 4, tighter. 3, even tighter. 2, 1. Let everything go. This is a poem called Sweet Darkness by David Wyeth. When your eyes are tired, the world is tired also. When your vision has gone, no part of the world can find you. Time to go into the dark, where the night has eyes to recognize its own. There you can be sure that you are not beyond love. The dark will be your womb tonight. The night will give you a horizon further than you can see. You must learn one thing. The world was made to be free in. Give up all the other worlds except the one to which you belong. Sometimes it takes darkness and the sweet confinement of your aloneness to learn that anything or anyone that does not bring you fully alive is too small for you. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Thank you for traveling with us this week on this sacred journey through the energetic hubs of the body. Today, as we transcended ego, making our way into the higher levels of consciousness that transcend life itself. I'm so grateful for your presence along this journey. I hope it helped you find a little deeper connection to yourself, a little bit more patience, more appreciation, certainly more love. You deserve it all. You are worthy of it all. You are enough. Start to make movement into the body. Reinvigorate that deep, audible breath. And taking your own time and your own way, come up to a seated position. Bringing those thumb knuckles back up to the third eye. May you always hold kind, compassionate thoughts for yourself. May you always be guided by your inner wisdom, knowing that this is your truth. Bring those thumb knuckles to your lips. May you only speak kind and compassionate words about yourself. And those thumb knuckles to your heart. May you always hold space in your sacred heart to hold yourself tenderly, patiently, compassionately, and lovingly. Draw the thumb knuckles back up to the forehead, your third eye center. Know that it is always a pleasure to be in your company, and the love and the light that shines within me sees, honors, and celebrates the love and the light that shines so beautifully and brightly within you. Namaste. Thank you so much, so much. It was really fun to see some of you. 5 days this week. What an absolute joy, treat, and treasure. For those of you who were practicing with us yesterday, you heard the good news that my friend Brielle, who is a breathwork coach and just really amazing human, all told, she and I are doing a, sorry, let me just press this button first.